What's up, guys? This is Raider Night. Today we're gonna be doing like a little mini podcast slash interview questionnaire type thing where I'm just gonna be answering random questions, because why not? So, starting out, could I live without the internet? The internet is a very crucial thing. I think I probably wouldn't survive without it. Are there some days I wish the internet wasn't invented? I don't know. I think it's really united the world, but at the same time it's kind of driven the world apart also in a way. But I do think it's overall for the better. I think the internet's kind of revolutionized the way the world is kind of, I don't know, processed media. What is my most memorable birthday? Probably my 10th birthday. A lot of people probably, well, I'm 19 right now. So a lot of people would probably think it'd be like my 16th or my 18th birthday, but it was actually my 10th birthday that was kind of the most memorable. It was just kind of a chill day. It was nice outside. I got a really crappy gift. It was just like an MP3 player, which could hold quite a bit of songs. I think it was like 500 or whatever. And I thought that was like the best thing ever for some reason. Or no, I think it was an iPod. I think it was, yeah, it was an iPod Nano or something. Yeah, I think it wasn't an MP3. I think it was an iPod. I don't know. It was something like that. Overall, I just remember it being a chill day. Overall, I don't really use the iPod. I'd never really used it that much after getting it because technology advanced really quick the next couple of years right after that, and iPods kind of became irrelevant with, you know, the ability to just stream and download like any song you want. So I don't really use it. I think it's probably still sitting around somewhere in my house. I'd have to look for it. Probably wouldn't even turn on. Actually, it probably would, but I just need to charge it first. But yeah, that's probably my most memorable birthday. Or maybe my, I think it was my 13th birthday. I kind of broke the basketball goal because I was trying to show off while dunking a basketball. And I did it, but I mean, it kind of broke the backboard a little bit. Not to where it was like an unusable basketball goal by any mean, but I think it was a few weeks later, the wind caught the basketball goal anyway and knocked it over and broke it. So it didn't really matter what I did to it because it was already gonna break because of the wind a few weeks later. But I did break the backboard a little bit on my 13th birthday. Not that I was angry, but I just thought, I don't know, it's kind of it was the first time I dunked a basketball also, so there we go. What would my perfect day be like? Well, I'm about to go to work in about 2 hours as of recording this podcast mini thing, but my perfect day would not be fucking working. It'd be fucking sleeping in. It wouldn't be playing video games. It'd be, it'd depend on the day. But it would probably be, I'd want something, you know, interesting to happen that day. I think a lot of my best days are when something really interesting happens, like one of my favorite artists drops a new album, or if a movie I'm really hyped to watch comes out and it's really good. Days like that are memorable, and those are good days overall. Those are kind of my perfect days. I don't really know what exactly would be better. I guess going on a vacation. I haven't been on one for like fucking 10 years, so it's probably something that needs to happen at some point. But I don't really have any money for it. And I don't really know where I'd go anyway. It's not like I really got any plans of what I'd want to do or where I'd want to go. I guess that's kind of the magic of the vacation in the first place, but I don't know. I don't really got a lot of money for it either. I kind of just need to save up where I'm at right now and just kind of coast for a few months and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of take it all in, just kind of see where I want to go. That's kind of where I'm at. When am I the happiest? I I don't fucking know. Quite frankly, I don't really know when I'm the happiest. Happiness is kind of just a abstract, way of thinking. It's just whenever I'm happy, I'm happy. Whenever I'm pissed off, I'm not happy, and it's kind of how it is. It's kind of like the perfect day question. It's like if I'm having a good day, I'm happy. I'm not really, I don't know, too sure when I'm the happiest. I think overall, just when I'm having a good day. That's what it is. What is on my bucket list? This is a good question. A good question. I'm only 19, so I guess I got a while to go. Maybe. I have no idea. Technically, it could all end at any point, as we all know. But what's on my bucket list? I think some cool things to do would be vacation. Like I said, I don't really have any places I'd think of going at the top of my head, but I think probably New York City. It's a big city. Chicago. I just want to see skyscrapers because there's really not a lot of it in Kansas. I've been to Colorado before, to Pikes Peak, and we drove up that when I was like 8 years old or something. And I've also been to SeaWorld when I was like 7 or 9 or something like that. But and the Alamo also in Texas. But other than that, I really haven't done a lot when it comes to vacations. I guess I rode the Ducks twice. The Ducks in Branson, Missouri. I heard they closed down. My cousin was telling me that the Ducks closed down. I'm like, what the fuck? That was like the coolest thing ever, because you could like ride these little boats that were like vehicles at the same time into the water. But I think he said they capsized and they got sued or whatever, and they couldn't figure out how to pay all that money, so they just shut it down, which is kind of a shame. Bad things happen, shit happens, like off Forrest Gump, the quote says, but I'm kind of sad to see the Ducks closing down. It was kind of an iconic thing, though it is it's a bad thing that happened, if that's actually what happened. I haven't looked into it to really get the full story, but I don't know. I'd probably go to New York, or maybe the mountains again. Colorado was a really good place to go to. There was so much there, and all the scenery is beautiful. I think it's illegal to take rocks off the mountains because they're like state parks or whatever, but we have a couple of them. I'm just saying, we took a couple of them off the mountain just because, they're little souvenirs. That's what they are, and they're not big. They're just tiny little rocks. Nothing crazy, but yeah. I think I'd probably go back to Colorado at some point. But for bucket list, though, it has to be other things, not just vacation. My bucket list, like big things I'd want to do, I don't really know. There's not a lot I really have set for myself. It's mainly goals. I don't really have things necessarily I want to do. I have goals that I'd love to accomplish. I'd love to be, financially, well off. I'd like to be, doing good. Overall, have my house paid off eventually. Just live a good life. That's kind of where I'm at. What is something I could teach people about? This is a good question also. I think the main thing the Raider Night channel stands for, it's probably memes, to be honest. That's probably what most people think, but I just think it's doing what you like, and just kind of having fun with a hobby, not being afraid to try different things, just kind of be open to whatever you're interested in, and not take shit from all the people who say blah blah blah, because everybody's gonna say shit in the real world. That's just how it is. You can't please everybody, and overall, just have fun with your hobbies. Just do what you want to do in life, and yeah, that's kind of what this channel stands for. What is my favorite hobby? Gaming, obviously. Probably have more hours in Minecraft than fucking anything else. Jesus. But What are some other hobbies I got that I don't talk about a lot? I like collecting cards, figurines, uh, anything like that. I like to watch movies. I've watched tons of movies, old ones, new ones. It don't really matter. I like the NFL football. I'm a big Oakland Raider fan. I didn't really follow it a lot this 2019 season, just because we kind of fell off pretty early in the season, and I just kind of, I don't know, with work, night shifts, I haven't really been able to be awake for most of the games, and I've just kind of struggled to really watch them, to be honest, because we haven't done that good this year. What are some other hobbies I got? I got art. I do like to draw, even though I'm not very good. I got a video. I'll probably post it in a couple of days or so, but I'm going to show off a lot of my old like drawings I've done. Some of them are pretty trash, some of them are a little bit better. I might post that a couple days from now or something like that. But those are kind of my main hobbies. I guess I like listening to music also. What is the best comedy movie I've ever seen? You know, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big comedy movie type of person. I don't really relate to comedy movies that much. The humor is just not really, my type of humor. I'm more of a dry, reference-based, sarcastic type of humor. And that's not really in a lot of movies. Movies are kind of scripted humor, and it gets kind of cringy sometimes. If I had to choose the best comedy movie, maybe Forrest Gump. I just like the references in that movie. They're really good for a lot of memes and things. Or maybe there's some other funny movies. Maybe Matrix. I know it's not really meant to be a funny movie, but there's a lot of scenes that are really funny. And that movie's always been one of my favorites to watch. It has a really good rewatchability charm to it, and I've always just liked The Matrix in general. It'd be cool to see what they do with Matrix 4, but I don't really have super high hopes for it, because I do think it's kind of a stretch of what all they're planning for it, but we'll have to wait and see. Favorite song and why this particular one? I don't really got a favorite song. I got a lot of favorite artists, necessarily, but no favorite song. I don't really know if I'd have a favorite song. A lot of my favorite artists, again, I've mentioned them a ton of times before. I've always, listened to Juice WRLD when he was still around. The Holiday, I've been listening to him a lot lately. I've been listening to Nar a lot last year. Eminem, I've always vibed with Eminem's music, even though I didn't think his newest album was the greatest necessarily. Not new Kanye, but old Kanye. Graduation type stuff. And what's that other album called? My Dark Fantasy, something like that. I don't remember the name of it. I listened to that one quite a bit a couple of years ago. Some other artists I've listened to. I guess I like a lot of old rock and roll music and old pop music from like the 80s and stuff. I like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Iron Maiden. I listened to a lot of that in high school, but then I kind of shifted over to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin a lot more. I like the Who. Some people don't really like all their music, but I think they're a good band overall. And I like the Monkees. I like Green Day. Who else? Lots of different people overall. I used to listen to a lot of Fall Out Boy also, which is more alternative. And I listened to Imagine Dragons when they were like just coming out onto the scene. But lately their music's gotten really shitty, so I don't really listen to it anymore. Same with a lot of other bands like Paramore, My Chemical Romance, and Led Zeppelin. I already said that, didn't I? Linkin Park, I listen to their music. MGK. Who's some other people I listen to? don't know, I'm just kind of listing them off, but those are kind of the main ones. What's the next question? Do I drink coffee or tea? Fuck that. I don't drink any of that shit. That's fucking gross as hell. If you drink coffee and tea, the shit's fucking burns your mouth off. People say, yeah, it wakes you up, but Jesus, it's fucking tastes awful. Nah, I just drink a lot of pop, which is probably worse for me, ironically, so, I mean, I'm kind of a hypocrite when I'm saying that's bad tasting, but whatever. If I was stranded on a desert island with only one item, what would it be? Fuck. If I'm stranded on a desert island, I ain't gonna be found, probably. You could ask for a flare gun, but what if they don't see it? Do you really just want to have a flare gun on the island? If I can have one item, it has to be one item. So I can't ask for a crate full of food. Does that count? It's one item, so I can't have that. Might as well have like a fucking... well, a phone would die pretty quick, so that'd be stupid. Trying to think of what I'd want on a deserted island. It's a game you can play by yourself. I don't know how to play solitaire, so I couldn't do that. I guess I'd want a book and a pen. That's what I'd want. And I'd write in that book. And then I'd bury it or some bullshit. At least then your story gets out. That's something. That's what I would choose. Because a flare gun, you're probably not going to get found. And you could probably start a fire with what's on the deserted island. So that'd be my strategy, at least. I just write down in the book. It's kind of my final thoughts, I guess. Because probably not going to get saved. Do I believe in luck? Yes and no. I believe that luck is mainly just a coincidence-based thing, but I also think there's been a lot of times in my life where shit's just panned out really good, and other times where it's panned out fucking terribly. So, yeah, I think I believe in luck. There's definitely a lady luck or something looking down on us. What is the best thing that happened to me in this last couple of weeks? Shit. What has happened? There really hasn't been a lot lately in 2020 that's really gone on for me. Just kind of been same old, but I guess I've, I don't know, I learned auto-tune, which was kind of cool. I don't think I'm very good at it, but, it's something that's kind of cool to learn at least. So that's something I'm happy I learned. Because I kind of wanted to know how to do that for quite a while, just for fun. What are some of my long-term goals? I want to get this channel to 6,900 subscribers just for the 69 meme. I don't know why. I just think that's probably as big as the channel's probably going to get. If it goes further than that, I'd be happy, because this channel's kind of one of my main things I've always wanted to succeed in. But other than my channel, I'm trying to think of like other long-term goals. Paying off my house, getting a better job, just doing more stuff. Maybe a vacation, like I said, if I can eventually afford it. And just, I don't know, just getting a better job. Maybe one that's not night shift, because night shift is pretty terrible at times, and it really gets kind of, I don't know, it adds up to where you're like not sleeping. You're just kind of always in this different mood all the time, and you're kind of, I don't know, not really yourself. What is my favorite food? I haven't had it in the longest fucking time, but I really like China Star, which is a food place. It's just kind of an average Chinese restaurant. I don't know if it's a full brand or not, but they got this sweet and sour chicken and soy sauce. That shit's fucking good with the rice and lo mein also. I don't like that sushi shit, so fucking get that away from me. But I like the sweet and sour chicken and lo mein and the rice. What do I do for a living? I do night shift at a gas station, solo, every time. It's not very fun. I also do YouTube because I have been paid by YouTube through ads. Not a lot, but technically, I mean, I've made money off it, so I can say it's adds up onto the living. So yeah. But no, it's mainly just night shift. I do want to find a better job, one that's higher paying, maybe one that I can, I don't know, take days off more often, because the one I got, night shift, it's like nobody wants to do night shift. It's really hard for me to get a day off. Not that I'm asking for a day off, but I don't know. I think I've asked for 2 days off in my entire, year roughly of working there, and I've only gotten like 1 day off, so fuck it. I just need a better job that's a little bit more flexible or that pays better, because minimum wage for fucking, well, it's a little bit above minimum wage. It's $8.50, but it's pretty shitty for night shift. What 3 habits will improve your life? Speaking from my own personal habits that I try to put in my life, just kind of stay grounded, stay humble. That's a big one. That's number 1. Number 2 would be, don't be afraid to try new things, even if you aren't very good at it, because you might figure out, different tactics, and you can get really good at it if you're interested in it, like Photoshop, drawing, whatever the fuck it is. You can kind of learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are one of the most important things you can have. It's a good thing to fail, in my opinion. And number 3 is just surround yourself with good people, and don't let people beg for free shit from you. Don't have all these negative people around you who just want to bring you down. Cut them out. It's rude, but that's just what you got to do, because in the end, it's more important for you to be surrounded by good people who actually care about your well-being. And the final question: what slang or trend makes you feel old? Despite being 19, I don't like the Visco girl trend, or whatever the fuck it is, and the what's it called? Hydro dipping. It's fucking stupid. I see a lot of these hydro dips where they're putting the spray paint on their expensive speakers and stuff, and it comes out looking awful. It peels off, and it's not a good trend. It's not cool looking either. It looks like really bad art. That's what it looks like. Like, why would you ruin your electronics, your tennis shoes like that? But maybe there's something I don't get. I don't know. There's definitely some that probably look better than others, but from what I see, a lot of it's just really bad hydro dipping. But those are the trends I don't like. Overall, gamers, this has been a good little podcast interview, mini thing where I answer questions. And yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll definitely do things like this in the future if you guys want more stuff like this. But yeah, this is Raider Knight signing out, and I hope you all have an epic gamer day and just stay awesome. Peace.